It's been 13 days that I've been sick, and
God, that's a long time.
it was long, but I think it was necessary because I got to rest, and it just felt so good, and I felt horrible, but it felt good at the same time.
It's a weird way to use your boundaries. That's how I felt when I got
Yeah.
sick too. Of course,
Oh my God.
kids got the stomach bug, so I'm the last one to get it, of course. So everybody else is feeling fine and good, but I'm like, no, I can't. We're having soup for the next couple days. Sorry, I don't know, or figure it out. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Or figure it out. You know what was my trope that I really love saying and texting? People were like, "Oh well, Nick, we need this done," and I was like, "Well, I'm sick." Period. It wasn't a dot dot dot. It was just that's it. I'm saying our business and Fleming vibes. That's it. Or Vixen vibes. Either one works.
Two millennial caregivers keeping it real with a beautiful, chaotic, and sometimes what the moments of being a caregiver. One with data analytics,
and the other with creative self-care hacks. Because sometimes you need those hard facts, and sometimes you just need a really good yap.
We're here to help caregivers not just survive, but thrive. Whether that means tracking progress with receipts and lists, or mastering the art of sneaking in some respite without guilt.
This podcast is for caregivers who want solutions, but also need a space where they feel seen, heard, and low-key entertained. Welcome back to CARE-isma, where we mix self-care, stats, and real talk for family caregivers who are doing the absolute most and deserve
it absolutely best.
Okay. I'm Nikki, your hostess, here with my girl T.
Hi, I'm Tara.
And today's episode is giving spring energy. Add in all the extra Y's because we are talking about how this season can be a reset, some eye-opening caregiving stats that hit home, and of course, we got you on the self-care tips that don't require a spa day. Relax. Unless you want
it. Yep, unless you want it.
Unless you want one.
We love that for you.
Yeah, we absolutely love that for you. So let's get into it. So,
how are we feeling about spring? How are we feeling about spring this year? It's seeming a little bit warmer, I feel like. I mean,
I'm betwixt. Like, I feel like with the allergy season, and maybe I don't want to be focused on the doom and the gloom, but I am thinking about prepping for allergies and more people outside. So I'm thinking about all the things that are going to be out there and being exposed to. So I want to make sure that I'm taking like all of my multivitamins. My loved one is doing the same, just to be on the up and up with that. How are you doing, like, with spring?
I feel like I got to get my mask game up again, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it was masks when we're inside, but now it's kind of like masks when we're outside as well now. I mean, we're getting outside. We are going outside. We're going to meet people outside. But yes, on top of the pollen, masks are really good at keeping the pollen out. So we've used masks just to like take hikes or go on a walk or be outside and enjoy the
a hike. I love
yeah. I'm excited to do more of those. So but yeah, masks are required for those kind of things. I mean, it seems weird to like wear a mask outside, and I mean all the controversy with masks, but it's a great way to use masks in a different way than just at the hospital.
Facts. So like, do you get like the standard mask, or are you jazzing them up? Are they bedazzled? Is what I'm asking. What's going on with those masks?
Mostly for the kids, I just use the disposable ones because it's just
easier. Okay. Yeah, I got
But for me, my mom's a seamstress, and we do like nice, pretty fabric ones, and we get to choose which ones we want, and so that makes it fun. Make it match, make it bright and fun.
I love a matchy. Okay, I'm here for the matching. OMG, I really want to get into that. I'm trying to get outside more this spring. Wish me luck. I would love a matchy. Oh my God.
Or just something crazy and bright. Like, even if it doesn't match, it just like brings, like, I'm wanting to do tie-dye. I know we kind of missed that whole COVID train, but like tie-dye masks might be fun for the kids to like do and have fun with. So I don't know. We'll see.
You're right. Tie-dye was like all the rage in the COVID days. Yeah. I got my mom like this little tie-dye jumpsuit and then a tie-dye matching jogging suit. Like, it was so good. Yeah, I like a nice tie-dye. And that's a really great activity at home, to get into.
And outside, but like not outside, but it is outside. Yeah.
Exactly that. So I'm curious, like, what are you doing for your routines? Are you switching them up in any kind of way? Like, because we are doing all the spring energy things.
Yes.
So with that said, are we refreshing routines? Are we spring cleaning, like for the mind, the body, the home? Like, give me the tea. What are we doing?
Right now, for me, it's definitely home right now. So I'm working on organizing the house. And I do it usually like room to room, section to section, sometimes drawer to drawer, depending on the situation. I've, been organizing for a while, so I can do it a little bit better. But like when it comes to like my kids and like having them take accountability, it's like we're doing one drawer at a time. We're doing, just clothes right now. We're going to go through everything and then put it all back, or, whatever the case is. And when I was caring
Yeah,
for,
I like that. Less overwhelm, one drawer at a time.
right. Or one subject or one, like my ex-mother-in-law, she used to do hair. So she had a lot of beauty products. So like just going through like just dyes, going through just shampoo, like going through, I mean, she had so much stuff. And so like trying to figure out what are we going to do with it afterwards was really helpful in her letting go of the things, like either donating it to like Kidney Foundation, which she was really adamant in doing, or just giving it to family so that it didn't go to waste. But like, she's not going to use 7 bottles of shampoo. You know what I mean? So it's like, can we just choose your favorite ones, your favorite 2, maybe like get your clarifier and, your other one, and let's keep her rolling. And because I know she's going to buy more. So it's like, let's, clear the space for new things to come in. That kind of whole concept really comes in handy in the moments that people don't want to get rid of stuff. And it's also okay if you don't, but like having boxes available of like dumping, donating, also helps kind of keep things organized in a way and making it accessible to her. So like I would give her things. I'd let her sit in her bed, give her the boxes, put it on her lap, let her watch TV, and like let her just like put the things in the boxes. So that was really helpful in like facilitating the kind of like help she needed to like get it done.
And giving her an activity to do that she can enjoy,
Yes. And
so,
allowing her to enjoy giving too. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like,
something
not
to be
waiting till Christmas.
about.
Yeah.
So
I
love that.
Yeah.
So now I'm curious, what comes first, the chicken or the egg, the boxes or the lists? Do you write a list down about all the things that we have and then get the boxes, or do you just see what you have and then get boxes?
It's kind of both. It's really kind of like, what's the priority? What's annoying me the most? Is it the kitchen, the area that I use the most, or is it the bathroom, or, like, or what do we have the most of that might be the easiest? Because that's sometimes kind of the best way to handle it, depending on who you're caring for and their priority. So it's like, if it's easier, less anxiety filled, like, let's go do that. Or if sometimes it's the most anxiety filled. It just depends on, obviously what it is, but it's just like, yeah, there's no list when it kind of comes to that. It's like, let's just do section to section,
I like that.
Let's go back to that. Because there's always chaos before it gets organized. There's always the tearing apart of everything. So it's like, if we could just organize it so that we don't have a bunch of chaos going everywhere, then like, let's do that, whatever that is.
Okay, so let me see if I got it. We're assessing the situation. We've got a lot of things. Then we're going to get boxes to sort these things. Then you write a list about like where you're donating or
while you're getting the boxes, while you're making the boxes, you're figuring out what the boxes represent. So is it the keeping box? Is it the garbage box? And is it the donation box? And obviously, depending on what we're donating, there's gonna be rules and regulations depending on like if we're sending it to like Goodwill or something like that, or if it's like family or friends, it doesn't matter. And same with donation, like if you're doing it to a foundation, you need to know what the rules are, what they will and will not take. So that way that takes the guessing out of what you can and cannot do. So, some people will take pots and pans, other people won't. It's like one of those kind of things.
True. I really like that. Yeah. I have been avoiding my garage for too long. I need to get boxes because spring cleaning is a calling. Yeah. But instead of getting into the garage, I'm actually going through drawers. And I know that is very minuscule. Is that the word? Minuscule?
Yes, you got it. Yeah.
It's teeny tiny business, okay? Yes. It's draws, but it needs organization because the chaos that's in there is wild. So this is what I do, right? And I have many drawers because I have many desks or just, a pantry, but I want to work from the inside out. So I want to work from my bedroom. So in the bedroom nightstand, I like to have a nightstand. Am I saying that right? Oh my God.
Your accent is real thick right now.
I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Anyway, that first drawer, I like to make that like my medicinal drawer. So I have my Vicks, I have my multivitamins, I have my Excedrin, but right now it's everything, everywhere, scattered about. So I'm
Mhm.
trying to do my best with staying organized. I feel when those drawers start getting disorganized,
Mhm.
my mental is telling me something, that there's some part in my life that's feeling disorganized. Like it's these small messages that are trying to give me hints that there's something bigger happening that I am avoiding. Do you know what I mean?
I know that you're more on the minimalist side when it comes to design, but I'd be
Yeah.
curious what your thoughts are on keeping things out. Because I've noticed that when I keep certain things out, I'll see it and I'll use it more. So
True.
so it's like, yes, I have drawers for my Vicks and my
Yeah.
vitamins, but sometimes if I don't see my vitamins and it's not necessarily in my routine enough yet where I can put it in a drawer, I kind of have to keep it out. Like I keep my
Yeah.
toothpaste out, or my toothbrush out. I keep those things out just because it's like you can't not see
Yeah.
it, you know?
Out of sight, out of mind, right?
Right. Yes, that whole thing.
I feel you, but I just need it cutesy. So
Fair enough. Yeah.
I need it outside, but I just want it to be fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have those things outside, like my toothbrush is outside, but I have a really cute cover that goes over it, so it's cutesy. I have my multivitamins outside, but it's in this really cute Alice in Wonderland capsule thing. So it's outside, but
Right.
I don't mind having those things out because I would forget it if it wasn't out. But I'm really all about the aesthetics. So if it's not cute, then I don't want to be involved. I know, but that's just me.
I think that there is something that's important to that because obviously, as caregivers, we're not only dealing with our own care, but our loved ones' care and the things that they value and the things that we value. So it's like, do we want to have the tchotchkes out? Totally fine. Let's put it on a pretty drawer. Can
Yeah.
we, can we both figure out a way to be happy and not forget things and
Oh my
have them
God.
be presented and valued in a way, right?
Yeah. You know what? You're right to bring that up. I think I really got into that because of caregiving. Because my mom, she had this habit of picking things up and hiding them, like stashing them in different places. And then I'd be on this safari hunt looking for where is the remote, mom? And then I started learning more about these secret hidden things that you could have in plain sight, like
Mm.
this dictionary that I have, this English dictionary. So like
Mhm.
right now I'm in my office space and I have this little library here, very little. But I found this dictionary and it's actually a safe. So
Love it.
yeah, and I would put like our mail in there. I used to on the coffee table I had like books. So I would have a book and it would be a safe, but I would put the remote in there or like my matches in there, things like that. And I think that's why I started really getting into I know I got to have things outside, like out in the open, but I don't want it exposed so people could actually see it. So my mom wouldn't take it.
Sure.
Maybe that's where it came from. I'm going to blame it on caregiving. Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll accept that. Even beyond like caring for elders, like that's a kid thing. Like we put
Oh,
like dealing with kids. It's like if you don't want them to touch it, you better put it away somewhere every time. Put your keys in the same spot so you don't forget. Put your phone in the same spot when you don't
oh
forget.
my
Right?
gosh. You know what? That's so cute. I also found that they have, because this was back in 2011 when I got that book, that dictionary,
Mhm.
but they have other things too. They have like a corn, like a canned corn, the corn
Oh
that
yeah.
comes in. And that you can put if your person meddles around with things in the kitchen area or whatnot. There's so many cool things that you can use. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Wow.
Usually you find that in the smoking shop kind of stuff.
Smoking shop. What?
Yeah, like you'll go to, well, I mean, I don't even know if it's in those stores or like whatever, but like yeah, you could find like Pringles cans and
Oh my
yeah,
god,
like
another Pringle can. Please and
right.
thank you.
Make it look very nonchalant, but there's something else inside. But yeah, like that's
Oh, I'm here for it. It's
whole
not
industry.
giving nonchalant. It's giving chalant, actually. Golly.
Just want to find it later. Thank you very much.
You know what else? That really helps with like wellness and mindset, mental health. Because I know when I had those things concealed, I didn't feel so anxious or nervous. So, in addition to like not renovating, but like refreshing the home. I think having those things really also plays a part in my mental health, if that makes sense. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
You're
Right?
giving yourself more mental space to think and do
Space.
other things and worrying about where's the remote and do I need to find the remote? And it's been
Yeah.
an hour. Is the remote still there? It's that whole concept and making sure that whomever you're caring for is feeling comfortable as well. Like, also knows where their things are and also,
Oh my
has their
God.
things out that they value. And right now I'm going through all my kids' books. So I'm reorganizing. And in doing that, in taking everything out and looking at it again, it just brings up, memories. It brings up, oh, I forgot about this. Oh, let's bring this out or let's reread this. It's been a minute. It's allowing just a really spring refresh of like, yeah, let's look through these things again. Let's look through the photo books. Let's look through our clothes. Let's start transitioning to, some warmer clothes. And what does that look like? And, kind of bring some creativity back into the space if possible too. So
I love that. So when you're refreshing those things, would you say that you're also refreshing like the routines for spring? Like, is the spring feel different from winter or the colder seasons? And what
well
exactly would the change be like for you and for the kids?
I'm in California, so the weather is pretty consistent for the most part, so it's not like we're having winters like you're having. So the clothing change isn't as drastic. The activities maybe aren't as drastic. So like we can kind of swim year round here and there's a lot of indoor pools also
Nice.
available, so there's not like that. But with that said, since spring is here, that's when everybody wants to start promoting their camps. So it's like, as a mom, I got to get my shit together and figure out what we're doing this summer. Otherwise, I'm not going to get in. So, it's like, we got to like not only think about spring, but like what we're doing this summer. And as far as caregiving goes, it's like now we get to do more stuff outside. So where are we going? What museums are we going to go to? What gardens are we going to? What are the tickets like? Do they have any deals? Let's check out the library and see, what activities are going on there as well. It's a organizing thing, but also like, making sure we balance outdoor stuff with indoor stuff because we will be coming inside at some point. And does the inside still feel relaxing and calming after we've been outside, right? Like, are we, we don't want to create the chaos. I mean, there's chaos during wintertime because we're in the house all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's chaos when you're not home and you're just plopping your shit on the ground and you're laying down because you had a crazy fun day. You know what I mean? So it's like keeping that balance of that. So, make sure we have enough sunblock, making sure we have enough hydration, making sure that we have enough snacks, like all of those things, depending on who you're caring for, what are they going to need when you go outside? Do they need headphones? Do they need proper glasses? Do they, whatever it is, do they have the things that they need to be as independent and autonomous as possible when we're outdoors? And, things change with, PTSD and TBI, but it's like kind of getting used to that again when you're being around other people. And what does that look like? So,
I mean, you just listening to that, I felt panicked. I felt the overwhelm. I'm starting to perspire. Okay. I would be so anxious. How would you handle, like, I just got back from a trip and I hate traveling. I realize because I'm packing all the things, and then when I get to the destination, I have to unpack the things, and then I have to reorganize myself, like reorient myself to, oh, wait a minute, no, this bag is in underneath the new bathroom sit. It's too much. And then when I come back home, to your point, being outside might be chaotic, and then coming back home, you don't want the chaos. Yeah, I was so happy that when I got back home, everything is organized. Yes, this is where I would place my toothbrush. This is where I would place my shoes. I don't like to deal with the anxiety, but I found that when I was traveling, I dealt with the anxiety in 3 different ways. One was with music. Okay. I had a playlist to help me calm my nerves. And then the second thing was essential oils. I used peppermint oil. And the third thing was tea. I really love tea just personally, but I love tea as a great self-care strategy because it forces you to slow down because
Mhm.
nobody wants to have a burnt tongue, right? Exactly. So you're going to slow down by breathing. You're blowing the tea to cool it off. You're sipping instead of really drinking the tea. So you're taking your time to really enjoy the flavors. So those three things that I did, and I was on business with that. I felt less anxious, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
What are your essential go-tos for anxiety, or do you have any favorite essential oils that you like?
Well, I definitely have some favorite essential oils. Oh yeah, but like I'm noticing that I'm gonna have to switch up my self care hacks when I'm going outside because it's spring now and I want to
Mhm.
be outdoors more.
Mhm.
But golly, it's like all the things to prepare for that you wouldn't. I don't think about while I'm at home.
Sure, not till you get out there, you're like, "Oh, I forgot I probably need this," or like
Yeah, like you were talking
yeah.
about the mask. Like, oh my God,
Mhm.
I need to pack a mask and not just one, maybe two. Because what if I take it off and I put it down, then now I can't wear it, or whatever the reason is. And then
Bags, that's
pants,
how I
like,
deal with it. I have bags. I
right?
have multiple bags. I have a swim bag that has literally everything in it, so that way if it's we find out our friends going to the pool or we're going to the beach, I just
Yeah.
grab the bag and it's got everything in it. Like so I guess for me it's like I have a bag for swimming cuz I have mermaids. I have I have mermaids and sirens, really more sirens, but
Sirens.
I have the kind of outdoor, just period, bag. And, I have snacks always in the car. I have
Yeah.
masks always in the car. I have sunblock always in the car. Like there's just certain things I have in the car. And when I was caring for my veteran, like we would have like my veteran backpack where he would have his headphones, he would have his sunglasses. We had ice packs and heating packs. We had some essential oils. All of those things kind of covered his PTSD, TBI if we are around a crowd or whatever, right? But
Yeah.
in having those bags and having them set up, it allows for you to not think about the things anymore. This doesn't mean like, it's just going to happen, right? But you have all the essentials. So that way, if somebody gets hangry, somebody's thirsty, like everybody's
Yeah.
got their things and we have the things to still have a good time and not feel derailed. And everything you did and you said was just like so spot on for like the micro me moments of like just taking time, using your senses and like really like paying attention to your body to center yourself to go do whatever the thing is.
Yes, I feel you. And that's why I brought up the travel because when I'm traveling, I use do you know what are they called? It's like those packing cubes.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's what I use. So when I was going out while I was traveling, I went to different places, but I would take some packing cubes and put it in a bigger, like my tote bag or something like that. And I felt less panic because of that. I had everything I needed. But now I'm noticing like what you were saying, you have extra this, you have a bag for that, you have another bag for this. I think while I go out, that's what I need to do is just a mindset shift. Like I can pack for when I'm going to certain destinations, like to the train. I'm going to need hand sanitizer, a mask, an extra charger for my phone, like those things. So that way I don't feel so anxious being outside. And that really helps. So, what's my essential oil? Oh my God. I love to smell like Hawaii. So, like Tahitian vanilla oil, that just
Mm-hmm.
makes me feel very nice. But on standby, I always keep peppermint oil. I do like to have citrus on me as well because sometimes I feel a little tired. So
Citrus
just
is
having
great
the
for that.
smell, yeah, of
Mm-hmm.
citrus makes me feel like I have more energy than I do. And speaking of energy, I used to love drinking coffee to help me with the energy, but having an apple a day is actually the equivalent of 1 cup of coffee.
What?
I did not know that. So that's what I've been doing now instead
Okay.
of and I like it also for my teeth. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that. Yeah, exactly
Are
that.
you like eating it whole? Or are you cutting it up?
I'm cutting it up. I'm not a savage.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. All right, cutting it up. Little bites, okay? Little bites. And it's doing great for me. And sometimes I get a little creative and I cut it in triangles, little thin little rectangles. Yeah, I get into it.
Spread it out a little like little thing. Do this.
So I get creative, all right? I have a good time here. All right? I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so those things are really helping me and I'm here for it. So I'm curious, like, what do you think we could encourage caregivers on when it comes to maintaining a new refresh for their routines and if they have any type of anxiety or panic about switching routines? Because I know control is a big deal for us caregivers. And
100%.
when you have to switch a routine or switch anything, it's almost like you are releasing some of the control over it, but you're also getting control of something else. You know, like, what is that saying that they say about when you release something into the universe will fill it back?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's kind of like the switch up in the routines. But what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like, yes, spring is an opportunity to try new things and grow things and be outside and like, but at the same time, it's like, you got to do it at your own pace and you have to be
Yeah.
like realistic about what's possible. So, you know me, make a list of things you would like to do.
Yes.
You know, and do this with the person that you're caring for too. Like, what do they want to do? What do they want to see? Whom do they want to spend time with?
Oh, I like
Um,
that.
and you do the same and see if there's some alignment so that it'll be like those are probably the best things to start off doing, right? And ask them like, what
Yeah.
do you want to work on, fix on, you know? And again, that could be hard depending on whom you're caring for, but I think just trying to find the joy. So yeah, like get outside, get some sun, 5-10 minutes, take a break, find little things that you can do, especially if you're new and you've been burnt out for so long. It's like, it's really hard to ask somebody to start going through somebody's closet. You know, that could be really hard to try to attempt to make happen. So a part of me says, take your time. But if you're really gung-ho, like start making phone calls. Cause that's the other thing. It's like, if you want to do some activities, it's not going to happen right away. So setting yourself up to do those things is important.
Okay. I have a fun fact. Since you brought up burnout, did you know that 61% of family caregivers report feeling stressed or burnt out, and over half say that they rarely have time for themselves? What do you think about that?
Sounds about accurate to me. I don't think that's
It
a
feels like
surprise.
a fact to me.
Feels like that's real
It feels
life.
like a fact to me. I
Who
thought
would
it
I
would
talk
be
to?
higher. 61 only? Which caregiver? Millennials, Gen Xer? Which caregiver?
Yeah,
61%. That seems a little low.
yeah, and they're also not talking about how long. What's the duration of this? You know, like there's depending on how you're caring for and how long you're caring for, that's going to be a factor as well. So yeah,
I
that
got
sounds
another
about
fun
accurate.
fact for you. I got another fun fact. 1 in 4 family caregivers are millennials, and they say that they are out here handling business and caregiving, but also in silence.
Yeah, again, like I think we can all both test to that being accurate.
I have a question, right? Because I'm on LinkedIn
Mhm.
and they changed the status where you can now add, if you had to have a break in your career, you can add caregiving. So I kind of feel like maybe it's changing, that we're not caregiving in silence anymore. Maybe now we're starting to whisper or speak.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
definitely. We are at a point where uh, we're all going to experience caregiving to some extent. And I think that conversation is finally happening, not just because you had a baby, but because you have parents that are aging or you have a
Yeah.
sibling that had an accident. And I think that if we want to continue with communication and community and empathy and understanding, especially in the business when we're having to work more than 9 to 5, we need to have these conversations
Yes.
of what we're doing, you know, like where are we spending our time, and understanding that like it's not that I don't want to be here, or it's not that I'm not giving 100%. It's just that I have a disabled person in my home that I also have to take care of. And those skills that I'm learning in this process, communicating with health professionals, insurance, you know, doing all of these things will help me be happy, healthier in my job.
Yes.
So I think that that's you know, a necessary conversation that we all need to have, and hopefully HR could be a part of that as well. You know,
That would be nice if HR, please, if you're hearing, if you're listening now.
hello,
Thanks.
yeah.
Okay. I love that. I think you're absolutely right about it. Thanks for dropping the mic, because you definitely did. You're absolutely right. You know what else is tricky business? I'm finding that, like, to your point about how we're not just working a 9 to 5. Some of us are working side hustles in addition to caring for our loved one. I'm finding that there is a change happening, and it seems like it's becoming more popularized, where we're really advocating and pushing for more independence from our loved ones so that our loved ones can take more initiative in controlling their own care. You know, like they make the decision and then we are a team player as opposed to managing everything for them. And I kind of like that switch up because one, I like it that it's giving our loved ones back their own autonomy where they have control and a say in how they want to experience life on their terms.
Yep.
How they want to age moving forward. And I also like that it's given us back some time for ourselves where it's like, I don't really have to micromanage how mommy's doing today. You know, mommy's got it. I just check in when I need to, or whatever the, you know, the agreement is. But I'm kind of here for it. It feels less overwhelming too.
I would agree with that. I would like to say that that is the trajectory that I think we on this podcast are trying to do, is help give those caregivers that back.
Yes.
As somebody who's experienced really, really bad burnout, I believe I gave autonomy. I probably didn't give as much as I should have. But when you're seeing somebody is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, what are you supposed to do? Like, it's like, I care and I love for you and I want you to live a happy and healthy life. But if you're not getting up and walking, if you're not drinking your water, if you're not eating, what am I supposed to do? Just watch you, you know, just lay in bed all day? Like, that's not what I'm here for. And then that's when the hypervigilance comes in. That's when compassion fatigue comes in. So it's one of those things where you have to have really good communication with the person that you're caring for, and being able to set boundaries that don't drain your energy.
Yeah, I find that is a very tricky position to play because what do you do when your loved one has basically given up and they don't want to do the work?
And sometimes it's not even giving up. Like, I don't even want to say that. It's just that they just don't want to do it. They don't understand the consequences of not doing the thing because working out's not fun. Like, I get it. Nobody wants to do it, but like,
I hear you.
You know what I mean? But it's like, I get you don't want to do it, but like, you have to do it. And you know what I mean? Like, if you want to keep walking.
When I had to deal with someone who didn't want to do the work, I had to do therapy because I could not control how much emotion I had. And I think that also led me into, what did you call it? Toxic empathy, where I was just like forcing my loved one to just try to do this. Please drink this water. God damn it.
Yeah.
And it just did not work for me. It didn't. My cortisol levels were on an all high. And that is not sustainable to living abundantly. Okay.
No.
I had to get therapy and I had to talk it out and vent. And then that led to other conversations like, why do you feel responsible for what they are choosing to do with their own life? These are choices and they are being made not by you but by somebody else. So why are you feeling responsible for that? I would feel responsible because I'm witnessing it, you know, because
it's your mom, it's your dad, it's your spouse. It's like, I want you to be here, I want you to spend time with me, and why aren't you wanting to spend time with me, and why don't you want to do well when I'm trying, you know, all the things.
And also it's just another human. I wouldn't want anyone to have to go through that, but I had to learn that it is not my responsibility to take care of someone who is fully able to take care of themselves. And that's on period. There's no ... no ellipsis. None. Period.
Yeah.
And that's hard to swallow. Not because I'm sick and I'm still congested. It's hard to swallow just to let go and really acknowledge that, hey, you know what? My only responsibility and control here is in myself and what I am doing. So all I basically am is an influencer to my loved one. I'm showing up, taking care of myself, and hopefully that will influence you to do the same. And if not, well, good day, sir. I said good day. Okay?
Yes. And that's a hard good day. That is a sad, grieving, anticipatory grief good day. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
These choices being made. Golly.
Let me go check underneath your nose real quick and...
Are you okay? Are you all right? Are you still with us?
A lot easier said than done, obviously, and hopefully that people that are listening that might be experiencing this, like, definitely need to talk to somebody, because it's...
You should. If you don't want to do therapy, then at least a care community, like a caregiver support group, or someone who actually knows what you're talking about, that it makes sense what you're saying. Talk to someone. Talk to us. DM us. Email us and let us know, like, because you need to unpack that. It's going to make you toxic if you don't. Anything
Absolutely.
that you keep built in, it's only helpful if you do let it out. So hopefully you know that we are here for you, and we want to give you that reduction in stress. I know I said that pretty scientifically, but basically you get what I mean. Okay, we're here for you.
We're here for, we know the lingo. I mean, we've been dealing with doctors for a minute, so we got it.
There it is. And there it is. Okay, so I have a fun fact. Do you know that even 5 to 10 minutes helps reset your circadian rhythm and clears mental fog? Yo, you know what? But just to interrupt myself, you're absolutely right. They're absolutely right. I went outside yesterday, and even though it was like raining and I wasn't feeling too hot, when I came back home, I was ready for the bed. I was done.
100%.
Yes, you're right about this resetting of the circadian. Who knew? You do right now, right? Even 5 to 10 minutes helps to reset your circadian rhythm and clear mental fog.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, those are great times when you ask if you don't have a pet, ask your neighbor, hey, can I take your dog for a walk? Because it's almost spring. If you aren't gardening, that's a great time to start getting your seeds out, getting outside. If you can, pull weeds. Literally being outside is like, we have a small little garden here, and I'm already trying to figure out what we're going to grow.
Strawberries!
That's been a thing. We got strawberries, we got blueberries, we got raspberries. It's the beds that we have to fix or work on. Hopefully we do cucumbers. We tried to do watermelons. Miserable. Couldn't get it to go. But we try to do mostly kid-friendly stuff. But we do potatoes, we do onions, we've done all the herbs. Herbs are easy because those are easy small pots. You can put them in your windowsill, things like that. And there's nothing like fresh herbs. It doesn't have to be anything major. Mint, basil lemonade. You never had it? So good. Basil lemonade's shit.
Oh, oregano. Do you have oregano?
We have oregano. We have
rosemary. My God. So this is where I'm going when the world is whatever it's doing. I'm coming over. Okay?
Oh yeah. We got citrus trees up here. We got my mother, she loves succulents. So we've got a big succulent collection, and that's fun because they propagate pretty well. And then if you get, like little pots and pan, you can do little arrangements, and it's just a fun thing to do to get your hands dirty, get in the dirt. You can do it inside or outside. Like we'll use cookie trays to put everything so that it stays nice and clean. And then you do the things, and then so cookie trays are like the best for crafts.
And I need a cookie tray. I put that on my list. Cookie tray. What?
Oh, just like a regular tray. Like a regular, you bake cookies on it or anything else. I'm
trying to get into my homemaker bag. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's a goal for me.
Well, okay, what do you want to make?
Corn muffin. But you got suggestions? You're overwhelmed? If you have suggestions,
I mean, we could do food or we could do products, because on the essential oil train, I make my own dish soap or powder. I make laundry soap.
I want that. I want the dish soap. And wait, do you do detergent?
I do laundry detergent, and I do the powder for your.
I would love to learn about laundry detergent.
Oh yeah, I make liquid, but I mean you can do powder.
Can we be friends? I want the tea. Okay.
Oh, we are friends. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Love the ingredients. That would be amazing. Oh my God. Now I feel. Oh, maybe I can get things to smell like Hawaii.
Oh my God, 100% you can. Yeah, because you put it in your laundry, so then all of your clothes smell like it.
I'm so excited. Now I'm turned up. Thank you for that.
Wow. And it's great because it's all natural ingredients, and especially if you have eczema or skin issues, whether it's you or your loved one, to be able to control that is great. Okay. It's a win-win for everybody.
Well, we definitely need the tea on that, because that sounds incredible. Something to think on. So pretend there's Jeopardy music in the background. Doobie, doobie, doobie. Well, that's not Jeopardy, but all right, here we go. There it is. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I used to think self-care was selfish, but now I think it's strategic.
100%. Oh, that's. Did I say that? Because that's something I would say.
You can take it, sure. I don't know.
That's 100% true. Because we're talking about family caregivers and we're talking about our loved ones. There's the positives of that is that there's a lot of love and empathy for the person that you're caring for and understanding, but that also comes with a lot of trauma, anger, all those things, right? So if you can pivot a little bit more towards the strategic side, you can find that you can get more done. You can conserve yourself. You can advocate better, but that requires you to kind of like take some of that out. I mean, I'm not saying like you can't cry. That doesn't mean you can't, like be honest about the things that are going on. But I think sometimes it's a time and a place to do and share those things within reason. And you do have to be kind of strategic about it. And that's not manipulation. That's just making sure when you're at the primary doctors that you're sharing what's going on at home, what you're seeing. I'm seeing a change in walk. I am seeing a change in diet. And here's my evidence. Here's, my video. Here's, these things that I'm seeing. And that doesn't mean that, again, you can't show emotion and say, I feel, right? But doctors don't necessarily like, I feel. They want to know the facts. Science. So I think if you're being strategic in that way, that's perfect. If you can, then you can talk to the therapist about how I feel. And you can still come with data, but like that's the place where you kind of, you go to groups to talk about how I feel.
Yeah, so you lead with that first and then keep the feelings after. You know what? Damn, you dropped the mic again. Okay. Golly to the wall, you hit me hard with that. It's not manipulation. Oh, I love it. So now I don't feel so guilty.
Right? I know. The toxic empath is coming on. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's like something I had to learn of like, this is.
And I know that we were talking about it before, but it bears repeating that I feel like sometimes that with my feelings, but I feel like sometimes that toxic empathy comes out when I am imbalanced in my masculine energy. Like I know we all have feminine and masculine energy, and my feminine energy wants to care and nurture, but the masculine in me wants to produce and execute. And I feel like that's where the toxic empathy comes in, because it's like, what do you mean you're not going to drink this water? Yes, you are. I put the straw in here. Open your mouth. You know?
I got you the pretty straw, and I'm going to heal you until you feel better. Right? And if you don't do what I say,
do what I say, feel better. Yeah, and that's that masculine nature in me coming out a little too much. Right. But yeah, it makes me feel less guilty to know that this is not manipulation, right? If the person does not want to do what I feel like they need to be doing to get better, I write my notes, I present it to their doctor and to their staff. And that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's how I can serve them and also myself, so that my nerves aren't run amok, just trying to control things that I can't control. And honestly, we shouldn't want to control anybody except for ourselves.
Right, exactly. And again, that can be hard when you're not ready to let go. You're not ready to let go of the person that you knew, or the future thoughts of what they can achieve. And then because we're dealing with family, once again, what's the other family going to say? Why is so-and-so still in bed? Why is so-and-so not going to look good?
That's where your boundaries come in.
Right. Boundaries and facts. It's like, look, I've been doing this. The doctor knows this. Like, don't come in here and because you're not here and say something because you're not really here.
And that part. And you're not here.
You're not here, and I appreciate you being here right now, but like you're not going to come help, and you're not going to do it consistently. And I understand you're worried, as am I. But like, unless you got some magic that I'm unaware of, please get her outside. Please get them outside. Like
I'm starting to develop my own dialogue of how I deal with people's unsolicited opinion. And it's giving Mr. Rogers response. Here's why. Okay. When someone tells me what I should be doing with my loved one, even though they are not present, okay, what I say is, thanks so much for sharing your opinion. I'm really glad that you were able to unpack that with me today. However, this is what we'll be doing. All righty then. Bye now. Mr. Rogers, have a nice day. I said good day, sir. Okay? Exit stage left or right, wherever the exit is. Goodbye. Good day.
I love it. That's perfect.
You know what that does to the person listening? I think it makes them think, what did she just say to me? Wait, what? Sure. Yeah. Okay. And also puts them in a state of confusion, because I think that they're ready for war. I think that they're ready for smoke, because you coming at me, talking to my okay. But what if I wasn't? What if I just thank you for sharing your opinion? Good day. Goodbye. And walk away. I can leave.
Yeah.
All right. With my loved one. And
pretty
much.
I've
been doing that now for the last 5 years. And I'm happy to say that when it first started, it didn't feel like it was working, but I like it actually, because it's working for me. I don't feel I don't feel as angry or
Yeah.
as a mother of dragons angry
Mm-hmm.
with that person for saying whatever it was that they were saying, because I
Sure.
know that it's coming from a space of ignorance. They are not in the day to day with me. So how would they know how hard and challenging this is? They don't.
How about curiosity? How about empathy?
About curiosity. I actually like
Yeah.
that better than the judging. It feels very judgy when they give these opinions off. Like, why not come from a space of curious? Hey, I'm wondering why you give your mom so much water throughout the day. How?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ask me the question instead
Yeah,
of,
yeah, yeah.
I don't think you should be doing that. I wouldn't do that. Well, you
Right.
don't do that.
Like, well, I did this. Well, good for you. Thank you. I will talk to her about that later and see if she
Hey,
wants to do that.
that's
See if
fantastic.
she wants to do that. Because I
Yeah,
ain't doing none of this.
right?
I'm just strolling. I'm just
Yeah.
pushing the
Yeah.
wheelchair. Sorry.
And I also think that with the boundaries, when it just gets too much that those unsolicited opinions keep coming in, that's another time to practice enforcing boundaries, and the boundaries can look different depending on who you are and what your capacity is. But maybe the boundary could just be not calling that person anymore, or limiting the amount of engagement that you have with them, or just telling them straight out, you know what? I really don't care for what it is that you're saying. And I appreciate it if you stop sharing that with me.
Mm-hmm.
Just being that honest. But again,
Yeah.
really using discernment and acknowledging the room that you're in and what's the energy going on in that space to see if you can even say that. But me personally, if I feel like this is triggering me too much, then I'm going to remove myself from that situation.
Sure.
And that's it.
Well, and I noticed too that, like, because we are the kind of caregivers that try our best to give autonomy and independence to whomever we're caring for as long as possible. Other people may not understand that or may have a different strategy. Allowing them, try it out. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. Like, I get it. You're
Yes.
concerned about this person too, and so am I. You think you can get them
I
outside?
love it.
Please go ahead and do it. Like, I need the help. She needs the help. I'm sure she don't want to see me no more. Get somebody else to do it. Like, go
Yeah.
ahead. Like,
Try your
like
best.
that, like
Okay.
that thing where it's like, I am happy to
I love it.
facilitate your help as well. So, like, you want to get dad to go to the gym, and you think barking at him's going to get him to do it. Go ahead. Let me see how that works out for you.
Yeah. That to me is comedy show hour, because
Right.
I love to see it. I love to see them trying their best. Like, oh, come on. Why isn't this working? Exactly. Ha, why is it?
Right.
Oh, it's so easy.
Now we can bond. Now we can be like, okay, so you see now. Now you see. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly that. Bring stat and self care for you.
Yeah, hopefully we gave you some ideas and tricks and some tips, and hopefully you can share some with us as well of like what you guys are doing for this spring. I'd be curious with whomever you're caring for, what does that look like for you guys? And that means just being out in the backyard or the front yard, like that's also amazing. Like make
Yeah.
make the area nice, get some flowers, get some, time to bring it. Well, if, unless you have allergies, but fake flowers are a thing too.
Fake flowers are definitely a vibe. And if you are not able to go outside, like do all the things like taking the long walks and whatnot, then open up a window. That
Yes.
also works.
Yeah.
And using essential oils will definitely work too. You can get eucalyptus.
I love eucalyptus.
Essential oil, and that's really nice to make you feel like you're bringing nature back inside indoors if
Mm-hmm.
you are unable to, and setting that vibe in your home, like with the aesthetics of the YouTube and putting
Mm-hmm.
on natural sounds or nature sounds, or even having your screen on your desktop or on your phone
Mm-hmm.
have something that makes you feel like spring is here. Doing
Mm-hmm.
those little things really make a big impact on your overall mental health and your mindset, just making that small shift in those areas. So, I encourage you to do that, and changing up your own wardrobe while you are resetting the wardrobe for your loved one. Change up yours too.
Yep, enjoy it. Enjoy some sunglasses, enjoy some new hats.
Ooh, sunglasses, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and taking care of your skin and your
Yes.
hair.
Yep.
Please and thank you. It's important. I'm actually
100%.
going to do that today. I am ready. I have my leave-in conditioner, my what is that? It's almond oil. Is it almond oil? Is
Almond
that
oil's a thing. That's a thing.
okay? Almond oil and my Blue Magic.
Okay.
Oh, she's gonna be moisturized. Okay. Oh yeah.
And it feels so good. It feels so good. It's like, why don't I do this more?
I know, I don't do it more because I hate doing it. I hate doing my hair, but I know I need to. And it's springtime and I'm trying to just get into my spring bag. So that's why I'm taking time out to do it. I have it all set up and ready. That's the thing too. That's what we'll get. Like what you were saying, when it's out, then you will do it. But when it's like hidden somewhere, and it was in my cabinet and I was just like, I know I have to do it. But I put it out today.
Putting them in bins, like having little bins also really helps organize the thing. So that way you could just take the bin out, put it on the counter after they're done, take the bin and go to the $1.25 store, $1.50, whatever it is now. And it's easier for the person you're caring for too. I mean, if they have like a walker, they could put that thing on their chair, roll it around. You know what I mean? Like having those little baskets and bins are so helpful to again organize the things. And
I'm getting a visual. I dig it. I love that. Okay, yeah, so I'm into it. I'm definitely gonna do that.
So what are we talking about next pod?
Next week, we are going to be talking about diving into time, how caregivers manage it, waste it, and reclaim it. I'm all here for that meme. Reclaiming my time. Right? Yes. Man. Do you think we waste it? Yikes.
It's subjective, but I would say yes. In general, yes.
No way! You'd say you're supposed to be a caregiver. You're supposed to be on our side. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean?
100%. I'm saying that if you don't have stuff in place, like we talked about in this episode, right? If you don't have things in place,
talk about this, and you're going to tell us the responsible answer. Fine, go ahead, T. Go ahead. Go, say it. Say it out loud. So we all hear you.
Setting yourself up for success. You know what I mean? Like setting yourself up for success so that way when you're not feeling good, you still have your shit together, right? So you're not stressed out.
Yeah, you said it. Let me go get my face off the floor. Jesus. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So you got a point there. Damn it.
There's always room for improvement. Obviously, there's a time to stop. There's obviously a time to celebrate, acknowledge, the things, but I mean, especially with things like spring coming up, you're going to have to change and pivot. And what is that going to look like? It's an opportunity to reevaluate whether we like it or not. You don't have to. I mean, don't, but also do.
But do. Yeah. Okay. When you're right, you're right. And you're absolutely right. All right. You got it there. Damn it. Okay. It's fine. We'll get into it next week. And guys, so just so you know, we are here for you. So please send us a DM or a message if you have any questions or any considerations for another topic that you would like us to speak more on. And until next time, bye.
Bye.